So, what if a single idea could completely transform one of the world's most watched companies? I mean, take it from being a car manufacturer and turn it into something totally different. Today, we're going to break down a really fascinating speculative vision for Tesla's future. Now, this isn't a prediction, okay? It's a thought experiment, a story of how one little moment of inspiration could hypothetically change absolutely everything. This line right here, it just perfectly captures the whole vibe of the vision we're exploring. We're talking massive scale and explosive speed. The idea of a single spark just catching fire and spreading across the entire globe, almost overnight. And you know, the crazy part is, this world-changing idea doesn't start in some high-tech lab. It starts on a city street. All right, so the whole thing kicks off in a place that's, well, surprisingly normal, the streets of Brooklyn. This is where we see that first little spark of inspiration. It really shows you how a simple, everyday moment can be the launchpad for something truly revolutionary. So, picture this. The story starts with a character who's just out for a run. It's a simple, familiar scene, and that's exactly the point. It's a great reminder that these big, disruptive ideas, they often don't come from a fancy boardroom. They come from just observing things in the middle of our daily lives. And this is the trigger. Not some new gadget, not a piece of tech, but an ad for the 2026 World Cup. It's this simple glimpse of a massive global event that lights the fuse for the entire chain reaction we're about to walk through. Okay, so this is where the vision gets really, really clever. The narrative doesn't just imagine a product launch. It imagines using the World Cup as the ultimate viral launching pad. The idea isn't just about transportation, it's about hijacking a global cultural moment. The vision imagines this perfect domino effect. First, the new cybercabs hit the streets. This happens right as millions of international tourists, a perfect captive audience, are arriving for the World Cup. Their curiosity gets the better of them, and they become first-time riders. And the experience itself is so futuristic, so shareable, it's practically designed to go viral on social media. It's this organic global marketing blitz that you literally could not pay for. But look, a viral moment is just that, a moment. It's fleeting. For this idea to have any real, lasting impact, it needs to scale up. So the story doesn't just stop at the launch. It lays out a full blueprint for taking this thing from a marketing win to a massive global operation. So the rollout is seen as this clear, four-step process. It starts with mass production in Austin. Then, fleets get shipped to cities all over the world. And here's the key. Access is totally seamless through the Tesla app that people already have. But the end goal, the real prize, isn't just to have robotaxis in a bunch of different cities. It's to create a single, unified, global autonomous network, all born from that one viral spark. And this right here, this brings us to the absolute core of the entire vision. This isn't about a new product. It's about a fundamental shift in identity. The company would pivot from being a company that makes things to being a platform that runs the world's physical AI. The narrative even coins a new term for this new identity, a physical AI platform. This completely reframes the whole business. The cars, they're not the product anymore. They're just the hardware, the nodes in a massive AI network. The real business becomes managing the intelligence that operates in our physical world, on our streets, in our cities. This comparison just nails the shift perfectly. The company would move from producing vehicles and selling them one by one to individuals to operating a global fleet. The focus would pivot completely from hardware to the software and the network that ties it all together. It is a total reimagining of where the value actually comes from. Okay, so after all this big picture thinking, where does the narrative land? Well, it brings this massive speculative vision all the way down to a single concrete action. This is the moment the idea moves out of pure imagination and into a real-world financial decision. The setting changes one last time. We move from the public streets, where the idea was born, into a private space. And that shift from the outside world to an indoor personal setting really mirrors the character's thought process, right? Moving from observation to a final internal conclusion. And here, the entire chain of thought solidifies into a clear investment thesis. The conclusion is that the company shouldn't be valued as just a car maker, but as a potential leader in this entirely new category of physical AI. This total reevaluation leads to the final action, investing, not just in one company, but in the entire technological shift that it represents. And so we're left with this powerful question. It's really a challenge to all of us, isn't it? How do we bridge that gap between the futures we can imagine and the very real actions we can take today? It's the perfect thought to end on.